Thanks for joining us. We're going to learn all about Opportunity Works CT with Renee Lambert, who's the executive director of this wonderful organization in Connecticut that helps folks with disabilities. Because I had never heard of this organization, I wanted to find out all about it. Tell me what its mission is.
We are a nonprofit agency, and we are seeking to provide supports to people with intellectual disabilities to find employment in the community, to assist them with learning employment skills and vocational skills.
And really life skills,
Yeah.
right? Age group that you work with?
Adults, so above 21, 21 and older, once they graduate out of their high school programs.
Yeah. And you're located in, is it Vernon? Are you in Vernon?
Yep, Vernon, downtown Rockville.
Where did this program start and how long has it been in existence?
My co-founder and I, Bill Pileska, had actually approached me when I worked at another agency about looking for employment that was more meaningful, that paid real wages, that was more than what the typical employment was, which was stuffing envelopes and a lot of piecework and time studies where they got paid well below minimum wage. So long story short, that all didn't pan out with that agency, and we decided that we could do this on our own. So we started in 2009, trying to get our vendorship with the state, incorporating, all of that good stuff. Took our first individuals in to support them when we started in Willington, Connecticut, in May of 2011. There was 3 staff, 3 of us, and then 2 individuals.
Congratulations, you have really grown this.
Yes.
In front of you, we have some items that the adults are making. We've got a fish that is adorable. We have coasters that are made out of cork. We have little platters that are made out of cork, and there are bird houses, and there's jewelry and all kinds of things. And I want to show 3 pictures of some of the clients that you serve, and have you talk just a little bit about what we're seeing here.
Okay.
In the first picture, they're making things, obviously.
Yep. We have internal workshops, so we have a wood shop, we have a craft department, we have a stamping department, where they can creatively make things that they want as well as things that we're looking for. We use a lot of donated items, so we accept donations and we tend to make our items around that. It's kind of how our cork stuff started, which is one of our biggest sellers.
Which is terrific.
The individuals will take their little empty kitty litter containers that now say OWC Cork Collection to different restaurants and bars who will collect their corks and then they go pick them up and bring them back.
So it's the community giving back.
Yeah.
And I love that. And this is a photo of what?
Once they make their items, they will then go and vend the items out into the community. So they'll set up little
pop-ups?
Yeah, little pop-ups in the lobbies of businesses in the cities or in rehab places, hospitals, those types of areas, and they'll then sell their items, and they rotate that out so they get the community experience. They get to see it from start to finish, what they start to make, and then where it goes and how it sells.
And then this final picture is just a whole group of folks, and what are they doing here?
They are actually volunteering at one of our fundraisers. We have 3 signature events a year. I believe that was our wine tasting event, which is our larger one in the fall, and they're our servers for the day.
How much do these folks love their work? Because you're giving them real purpose.
Right. Everybody needs something to do. Everybody, I mean, I've been unemployed. It's not a pretty place to be. So they love coming in. They're very reliable. You know, there's no like, oh, I'm late today. They want to come in. They'll call out saying they're sorry they can't come in if they're sick. And they definitely enjoy being there.
And when you founded this, what was the purpose behind it? Were you pushed by a family member or something in your heart? How did this come together?
A lot of it started, the co-founder, Bill Pileska, he has a child with intellectual disabilities who I actually supported at the agency that we first met at. And he knew that he had a lot more capabilities. And we all knew, you know, they have a lot of capabilities. There wasn't a lot of outlets to get them employed where they could make real money like anybody's first job would be. So that was the big crux, was to let's give them work that they can feel good about, that they're not just practicing or doing envelopes, unstuffing and stuffing and, you know, keeping time of that stuff, but actually working, producing something, seeing something from start to finish, and making a good wage at it.
How many clients do you have now?
We serve about 112
Wow.
in all different areas, different support levels.
And there's one main building now.
We have one main building, yep, 45.
So you're growing rapidly.
Yes. We've grown very, very fast.
Because there's such a need.
There is. And we're turning people away left and right. Right now we're kind of in a holding pattern because we do have to pay these individuals. We have to have their salary. I mean, it's a very big misconception with people that the state's giving us this money so we can just pay them. But those state dollars cannot go to paying the individuals. That has to come from our fundraising events and all of the business income that we get by turning this stuff around into money.
So how can others help you help others? What do you need?
Well, donations are the best way. But volunteering, employing our people, you know, we can come in and tell you and show you how good they are at working and that they want to do it and eager to do the jobs, how dedicated they are, how long they last in jobs, whether it be in a group situation where there's a job coach that's there to assist or out on their own.
What's your biggest joy of being the executive director of Opportunity Works CT?
I just like being involved in helping. I think that the biggest thing with this being an agency that I was so involved in is just when we first started, they were still getting paychecks. So they would take their paycheck and it would be this big smile that they were getting this, you know, oh, here it is, we have pictures. Now they don't, it all gets deposited into their accounts nowadays. But when we first started, it was that. They're just so excited over something that everyone takes for granted, you know, working and having
just
a
the
job.
Whole pride.
Yeah, just they're so prideful in what they do. They're so excited to be there.
There are a number of organizations around the state, but not enough. How many more places would you like to have? You've got one big place and you serve the area surrounding Vernon, but do you want to be statewide?
Well, I think that we're going to grow. I'm not sure how that's going to look. The state is changing with new employment laws, how the employment for everybody's going to look, but for this population especially, where they're kind of frowning on this in-house group supported employment, and they want everybody having their own job out in the community, which I think is possible for a vast majority of them, but it's getting us the knowledge and the businesses the knowledge and the parents of these individuals the knowledge of how that can all happen. That's going to take some time. So we're looking to expand, but it's going to be in a different way. I don't think it's going to be in a brick and mortar way, but we want to expand our supports and get people out into their own communities. You know, they can take the bus down to their job that is at Stop and Shop in their community, and they know, you know, 30 people a day that come in and out of the place, which really will bring them a sense of joy.
Biggest wish list right now?
There's
donations.
So much. There's so much. Donations. We're working hard on a sensory room right now. We're trying to develop a sensory room for our individuals that are in-house, that are doing more vocational training. A lot of autism diagnosis. So it's a very pricey item.
Sounds like a 24/7, so donations can be...
Donations.
The most help.
The most help, yep.
Renee Lambert, thank you so much for coming on and doing such wonderful work for folks who need it and giving them a sense of purpose.
Well, thank you very much for having me.
Opportunity Works CT. Thanks.
Thanks.
Spend all night kissing and if Walter's right here, then who else is missing? Got a little sidetracked if I'm so wishing I found the keys to the door, but it's also a metaphor. Things keep locked in the grocery store, but mine just to save time. Skip right ahead to the last ride.